Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 7th of May 2021, and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, today our topic is a thought experiment, which the trolley problem. According to the thought experiment, what will you do should the design of autonomous vehicle systems have the ethical choice that is the same with you? So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right, so here we go. Yep, so the trolley problem is basically the case that uh, there is a trolley and then it's going to hit 5 person on the track, which these 5 person cannot move, right?
Mm.
And then there is a choice which we actually can pull the lever to switch on another track,
Mm.
which but that decision will also kill one another person on that track.
Mm.
Yeah, so I look back to the question. According to the thought experiment, what will you do? Okay, for this part, um I think I was I actually couldn't find consistency uh, in choosing my answer. So if that is the case that I mentioned just now, uh, the first idea to choose is I will uh, I will choose to pull the lever to kill the one and save the 5. Yeah, and then uh, the decision is, I think, is supported on the basis of number of people on the track. Yeah, and then I also saw another problem, which is also uh, mentioned in Wikipedia. Uh, the cases is a plane which is going to crash, and then the pilot uh, will face a dilemma, which is also the trolley problem, whether to crash into the initial direction, which that is quite a populated city, or he can make a decision uh, to switch to another direction and then clash into another city, which is less populated. So I think here, for this, uh, I can accept that the plane changed the initial direction and then clash into another less populated city. So I think for that case and for this case, I will agree to do so, to kill the one and then save the other 5. Yeah, Eric.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Yep. And then but also this trolley problem, they can change a lot of uh, things inside, right?
Mm.
For example, two people versus 5 people, or 4 people versus 5 people, something like that. And also we can change something like uh, who is on the track, and then if the person is related to you or not, something like that, right? So I found that yeah, it is sometimes difficult to choose.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is the first part of my answer. My answer for the first part of the question.
Mm. Yeah. For this trolley problem, we actually can have many different forms. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
For example, this is the traditional trolley problem,
Mm.
and we have another form. For example, let's say now our world problem is actually one of our world problem could be the overpopulation.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So and then our natural resource is not enough. Yeah. So
Mm.
some of the economics also expect like our natural resource would would double in like 10 years or 20 years time. Mm.
Oh.
So at that time, maybe we need to uh, find a way to reduce the world population.
Mm.
Mm. So if uh, if there is a super virus, yeah, if there's a super virus, they can kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, and uh, will you agree? I mean, will you accept? Yeah, will you accept that virus? Yeah, occurred, or maybe, or will you accept the virus? How to say? Is like um, mm, let the virus, yeah, let the virus come to us. Yeah,
Mm.
so all people will get a virus, and some of people can adapt that, and some of the people cannot. So
Mm.
some of them will die.
Yeah.
So at the end, the world population will reduce. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, this is also one kind of trolley problem. Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So instead of just focus about the traditional trolley problem,
Mm.
maybe we can like uh, change the form and then see our response.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the normal trolley problem, for the traditional one, yeah, of course, I will want to save the five, kill the one.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. But if you change a little bit,
Yeah.
mm, relate to the decision making, for example, uh, the trolley is directed to the five person, okay, and then you need to change and then you need to like the pull the lever and then
Mm.
change the direction of the trolley from from a direction to the five, from a direction toward the five to become toward the one person. So
Mm.
that means you are you are like something like indirectly kill the person,
Mm.
and maybe it's not indirectly because of the decision making, you kill the person.
Mm. Yeah.
So they'll have many consideration. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's another form of trolley problem, which is mm, yeah, uh, there's a bridge. Yeah, there's a bridge above above the highway. Let's say above the highway.
Mm.
Okay, and there's a bus. There's a bus on the highway, and it's it's it is out of control. Yeah, the bus is out of control. The
Mm.
bus cannot brake. Yeah, so cannot stop. And then uh and then there is a lot of people. Let's say there's five people. There's five people in the middle of the highway. Okay. Yeah. And the bus is going to crush them.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, going to kill them, and then uh, and there is a very very fat guy. Yeah,
Mm.
sit on the bridge. Yeah, sit on the bridge. So and then you see all of this, and then what you can do is you can just uh do nothing and then let it happen. So the bus will kill the 5 person
Mm.
on the highway. And then another way another way you can do is actually push down. Yeah, push the fat guy.
Mm.
Push the fat guy
To stop the
from the
bus.
bridge. From the bridge, and then let the fat guy fall down.
Mm.
Fall down on the highway, and then the fat guy is fat enough. Yeah, is fat enough to stop the bus.
Mm.
Mm, yeah. So would you do that? So that means you directly push the fat guy. Yeah. From the bridge to the highway, and then the fat guy will die. You can
Mm.
save 5 person, but you use your hand to kill 1 person.
Yeah.
So it's no longer like a lever. Yeah, because a lever is you control the machine,
Yeah.
and then uh, you you control the direction. You control the direction of the trolley. Yeah. So uh, but by controlling the lever, uh, it's not enough to kill the person without if without the trolley, yeah, out of control, the trolley which is out of control.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. So it's the trolley kill the person, but now it's actually, yeah, it's the bus kill the person, but you no longer like change the lever and let some machine push the fat guy down. It's actually you use your hand to push the
Yeah.
fat guy down. Yeah. So it's you directly kill a person. So there is a small there's a minor uh difference here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So will you do that? Yeah. So this is another problem.
Mm. Yep.
Mm. Yeah. And then for the traditional one, I will change. Yeah. I will change the lever.
Mm.
Mm. To like maximize the life saving. And then for this bad guy, for this second version
Mm.
uh trolley problem, I need to push the bad guy down to the highway,
Yeah.
and then I probably wouldn't do that.
Oh.
Mm. Yeah, because it means that you need to use your hand to kill 1 person. Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
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 So if we talk about like the super virus, they can kill people, maybe half of the population,
Mm.
or maybe uh, a quarter of the population. Yeah, and then will you do that? Yeah, to me, uh, yeah, there is a premise, which is the virus won't kill you. Yeah,
Mm.
which is the virus won't kill you, and if this is if in this scenario, what would I choose? Yeah, and yeah, to me, this is a tough question. Mm, yeah, and
Yeah.
without killing people, and without killing people, maybe in 10 years or in 20 years time, you may create you may create a more serious problem. Yeah, for example, there's a war. Yeah, to fight the nature resource.
Mm.
Mm, yeah. But to me, this event is too big. Yeah, it's too big. So, and also the time frame is too long.
Yeah.
So uh, I would uh, I would rather to do nothing. Yeah, I would rather to do nothing, and then maybe we have like
Some other
mm,
ways.
some other ways, and also because we know the technology is exponential growth. Yeah,
Yeah.
even though we don't know whether we can solve the problem. Yeah, but uh, but to me, if this is something that relate to the technology, and we shouldn't underestimate uh uh the possibility of the technology.
Mm.
So to me, I would rather do nothing in this case.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
yeah, and this is my response for the first part of the question.
okay. Yeah. And then yeah, because I also came across one of the situation which also can we can think in a way like this trolley problem, and this situation is actually what is happening right now, uh, which is the COVID-19 vaccination.
Mm,
Yeah, for this one, they say uh, because the COVID-19 vaccination actually has some uh,
Side
side
effect.
effects, yeah, for some people.
Mm,
Yeah, but
yeah.
for the rest of the others, it seems like everything's good, and then help to prevent being affected by the virus.
Yeah. And
So,
also
mm,
by receiving the COVID-19 vaccine doesn't mean that you definitely won't get the virus, right?
yeah, also,
Yeah, because in Singapore, there are some case, some people actually have received uh, two uh
2 doses of
yeah yeah
vaccine.
yeah it's a 2 doses of the vaccines, and then but
Mm,
they still get the virus. Mm.
mm.
Yeah, this is quite a big news in Singapore recently.
Oh, yeah. So are the people get infected is are someone who work in the hospital or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, or in the hospital, and
Oh,
also uh yeah, I think that one is more in the hospital. Mm.
mm, yeah, yep. But seems like the world the World Health Organization choose to save more lives, right? Because their decision not to stop the vaccine uh, is actually letting uh, the side effect of the vaccine uh, to actually have serious consequences for the minority.
What is the side effect? It I think this is just uh this is just for some people, and they cannot take the vaccines because the vaccines is not suitable for them. So it doesn't mean that you have to take the vaccines, but for most of the
Mm.
people, it seems like there's no that uh side effects, yeah,
Yeah,
until now.
yep.
So what you refer to? What the side effect you refer to?
Yeah, the side effect here is something like I suddenly forgot the specific terms. It is like 血栓 or what? It means that it is a serious problem with our blood and can cause people die.
Is is everyone who take the vaccines will get this kind of side effect?
No, no,
The
it's
blood
only a very
clots.
small minority.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But they
so it's
just don't take the vaccine, is it? Is
okay.
it?
For some
Is
of
that?
them, it is not possible to identify whether
Oh,
you will
yeah.
be affected by this side effect.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's the same like to sacrifice the small
Mm,
minority and then to save the majority.
mm,
And
yeah.
of course, people have the right to choose whether they want to get
Mm,
vaccinated.
mm. Yeah, and also the vaccine the effect of the vaccines is not last long, right? It's just
Mm,
like 1 year or 2 years.
mm,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not for your whole life.
yeah, yeah, it's not. Yep, so this is the first part of the question, right?
Mm,
So let's go to the next part of the question. Should the design of autonomous vehicle system have the ethical choice that is the same with you? Yeah, so for here, uh, we put this problem on autonomous vehicle.
mm,
Yep, and then okay, a quick answer to this question, which should the ethical choice the same uh, be the same with mine? Uh, Actually, because for myself, I couldn't get a consistency to facing this kind of problem. So uh, I also don't know how how to design the autonomous vehicle system. Uh,
no,
but I think a good
uh,
yeah.
the autonomous vehicle doesn't mean that it need to be car. For example, it can be a bus,
Mm.
it can be a trolley.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So that means, for example, like the lever.
Mm.
Uh, if this is controlled by AI, then and then the autonomous vehicle AI would
Mm.
directly and then uh will change the lever. Yeah, will change the direction by itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is something like that. So just now you say your your choice is not consistent, and then
Mm.
do you know which part is not consistent and what's the reason?
Okay. One of the reason is I think people are selfish and uh, so so am I. Yeah. So let's say if we are involved in that uh, particular accident, and then we hope that to save our life first, and then if we were not involved, then maybe we'll think to save more people, and then maybe sacrifice the minority.
Yeah, yeah. So this is something that whether you involve or not. Hmm. And then now comes to a bigger problem.
Mm.
Yeah, which is you cannot choose whether you are involved or not. You can only
Yeah.
choose one side. You can only choose left side or right side, and you have to sit with your decision. Yeah, no matter you are involved or not involved.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So that means that the implication of this question is actually like which one is good for um, the world, and also maybe like good for the society, or even like maybe it is good for you. Yeah,
Mm.
because it
Good for
reduce
the individual.
it reduce the possibility of die. For example, let's say uh you think you highly um, you highly sorry, I mean you have probability, to involve, in an accident. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then of course in this case, if you think you have high you have high probability to involve in an accident, you definitely would choose the autonomous car don't kill you.
Yeah, to save the
Yeah,
driver or the passenger first.
yeah. So yeah, so yeah, that means uh you have to step back. You have to step back, and then you need to look at the whole picture. Which one is uh which decision and what kind of choice
Mm.
is good for all individual.
Um. Uh. Yeah. For this one, I think. If I have to choose one, I would choose the autonomous vehicle. Ethical choice to prioritize the people inside the vehicle.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. I think this is the must.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then how about the next
Um. What do you mean the next? The
five
the
person or
the
one
less.
person? Yeah,
Sorry. One person of
five five
one
person or
person.
one person.
Oh, okay. Uh. For that one, I think to choose to kill less people.
Mm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
for here now, uh, we are not mentioning who's the person, right? Who's the people? Who are the people? Just choosing between numbers. Of course, I will choose to hit the less
Yeah.
number of people.
Mm. What do you mean? Who is the person?
Yeah, because um uh okay for here let's say uh there is a situation for me to choose whether to change my direction when I was driving and then to hit the crowd or to hit, let's say, a person that I in my family, and then maybe at that time I would choose to hit the crowd. This is
Mm.
my own choice. But
Mm.
for autonomous vehicle, I don't know whether this is something like can be done.
Mm. Yeah, I think it can be done. So so beside of your family member,
Mm.
is there any other people? So beside of this case, yeah, beside of the case that the minority is
Mm.
your family member or maybe like your friend, the
Yeah.
person you recognize, and then beside of this, you will accept the person, uh uh uh, you will prefer to save the majority life, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. So in this case, yeah, of course, the autonomous, uh, for example, the autonomous trolley, uh, cannot do this, yeah, because, mm, yeah, like the bus, yeah, this is just like the public, transportation vehicle,
Mm.
so, it won't like, detect, uh, which one is your family.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yes. So many people in the bus.
mm, yeah. So and but for your own self-driving car, maybe you can set that. Mm,
Mm.
yeah, you can set that. Yeah. Who is your friend? Who is your family? And you can have a long list. Mm, and then the autonomous car will protect them. Yeah. In the first place.
Mm.
Yeah. Protect you in the first place and protect them. And protect your family member in the second place and protect your friend, the person who you recognize in the third place.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
like this. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it could be one of the uh, uh, uh good way, good way to design the autonomous car.
Mm.
Yeah. Because uh yeah because because it protect uh you first. Yeah. Not you. Uh, what I mean here is it actually align your uh your mindset. Okay.
Mm.
Because every individual they also want to protect their family first.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah. And then if somebody can design this kind of autonomous vehicle,
Mm.
and then it will be good. Yeah. People may may willing to buy the part that kind of autonomous car more.
Mm.
Mm. So how about beyond this? Yeah. So you can protect like mm, your family member, your friend,
Yeah.
the person who you recognize, and then is anything else? What's the rest? Yeah. How about the rest?
Mm.
Mm, yeah. Is there any way to make a further uh uh categorize? Mm,
Yeah, for the rest of the people,
mm,
right?
yeah. Because
Excluding family, and people I know, right? The
mm,
friends.
yeah. Yeah, because just now you say sometimes it depends who they are.
Mhm. Yeah.
So maybe beyond of this the person who recognize maybe we we still need to look at who they are. I'm not sure. What is your response?
Uh, okay. Are you referring to, let's say, if one is uh the important person, like let's say the prime minister, and another is normal citizen. Is it something like this?
Mm,
Oh. Um. Okay. For this one, maybe. I think it may be logical to save uh, those those people in the okay the is it the national servant, something like this, people who serve the country.
yeah.
Yeah, including all the minister, the prime minister, uh, uh, yeah, all those people who has a very important role for the country.
Mm, yeah. But those but those person but for those person who are on the role who are on the important role doesn't mean
Mm.
that it actually good for the country.
Yeah, but yeah, right, right, right.
Mm. Yeah. So is there
Mm.
any like indicator to mm, to let to let the autonomous car the AI have the
Mm.
judgment just like our human. For
Yeah.
example, how do we think about this? Yeah. So is there any like the instruction, and then what's our thought, and this is something like the step by step thought. Yeah.
Mm.
What should we consider? Mm,
Um, yeah, I think this should be referring to the contribution of that particular individual, but the same problem will also be there. What is the factor that we can judge how much contribution that he or she make for the society?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same
Maybe
problem.
like maybe like the donation or maybe something like uh the time you spend to spend to become a volunteer. Maybe that kind of indicator. Yeah. But this is also this is also not a good indicator, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, and then yeah, actually, if something like look at the donation, something like this, I think is it is not saying that it is not good, but just not suitable, and because people are selfish, so if you have an indicator related to money, and then because the majority is not the rich people, right? So uh, based on selfish consideration, they will not agree to have this
Yeah.
kind of indicator.
Yeah, because we will have the social unrest.
Mm,
And
yeah,
most of the people won't buy that.
yep,
Mm.
yep. So I think beside the things that we mentioned just now, like to protect the family and the friends, other than that, I couldn't think of any other uh, thing which everybody will have the consensus
Yeah.
at the
So
same time.
yeah. So yeah. It's yeah. To design or to design the autonomous car, it really required like the global consensus. Yeah.
Mm,
So how about our individual opinions? Okay, if you are granted to design the car and you
yeah.
don't need to care other people consensus, yeah, other people view, because
Mm,
they wouldn't know this. Yeah, they definitely wouldn't know this. Because this is something like in secret. Mm,
yeah.
yeah. So how would you design to like to make the system more robust, and then uh help the world become better? Mm.
Mm,
So that's mean you still need to make a choice. You can't avoid this question, because this question is not something like yeah yeah, because this is a thought experiment. We can
yeah.
just express ourselves as much as possible. Yeah.
Mm,
So it does so if we can give an answer, it will let us uh think in deep. Mm. Yeah, if we kind of if we like always giving a ambiguous answer, and then it's uh, we can't really utilize the thought experiment.
mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we were the designer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then also we suppose that all the data and the information is accessible, right? The big data.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. In that case, um, yeah, I think we may use the indicator of contributions uh, in terms of in terms of money.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, so but does it mean that rich people can have higher contribution to the society?
Uh, Rich people.
Yeah,
Okay,
because you
basically
say,
they pay
mm,
more tax, right?
yeah, they pay more tax, but
Mm,
most of the wealthy person, mm, yeah, you can say that they pay more tax. Yeah, in term of the absolute amount, they
mm.
actually pay more tax. But rich people, of course, they will have many ways to kind of avoid the tax.
Yes,
Uh,
okay, so I know what to say now. Uh, I will take into account the tax that they pay, and then at the same time take into account uh um something like how much value that they create to the society. Let's say if they are employer and they have, let's say, 1,000 employees, and at that time 1,000 employees is the things that he is one of the things that he create
mm,
the for the society. And
mm,
then also yeah, because I also take into account the tax, which means the money that he earned, and then how much he give back to the government, and then in turn that will goes to the society.
mm, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, so they may have more than that, more than two factors to consider. But right now, I can only get two, which is the
mm,
tax and
yeah.
the value it creates from
Mm,
the employee.
yeah. But if you use a tax as an indicator, will it become a problem? Because it can be one of the way that used by government to control the people.
Um,
So what I means,
mm,
because of this is in secret, right? Mm,
mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So all of this is in secret. So yeah. So if government, yeah, because the premise is we assume no one will know this, and then
mm,
if let's say the government know this, they will also won't like make an announcement to let everybody know.
mm,
Mm.
yeah,
Because the premise is nobody will know. I mean no people will know this. Mm. Yeah.
yep,
So yeah, it could be a good indicator. Mm. So another question is whether the government can well use the money. Yeah,
mm,
because you know actually like the government is okay I cannot say I cannot say how to say mm, it is not 100% fact, okay,
yeah,
but uh more or less government is actually serve the rich people in the country.
mm,
Mm. Yeah, so does it mean that uh mm, yeah, so uh the government have the money, and then mm, yeah, maybe for some country they have some like the corruption.
yeah,
Mm. So uh the people who pay tax, and then the tax collection by the government give
mm,
back to more rich people. So it's
yeah,
something like mm, there's a machine. Uh, if I put in more money, and then I will get more candy, and then at the same time I can open the machine and then get back my money. So it's something like the free gift
mm,
to rich people.
yeah,
I'm not sure whether you get what I'm trying to say. So for rich people, it is only like it's only uh it's only a good thing. They don't need to sacrifice anything to get this kind of thing. And for example,
Mm.
the rich people, and then the rich family or the group in the country, they uh, they can control, and they can for example, they can control the government, they can control the central bank to print
Yeah.
more money.
Yeah.
Because uh, maybe they are too big to fail, okay?
Mm.
Or maybe they have the authority. Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less they can they have the influence. Mm.
Mm.
So if like this, so is it really good for society? So what it means here is maybe it can keep in secrets. Yeah, maybe it can keep in secrets, but by using this indicator, would it
Mm.
really good for the society, good for the world?
Um. Okay. Yeah. So just now what you mentioned is it uh something like this is uh better off for the rich and nothing for the poor? Is it something like this?
Not nothing for the poor. They actually the poor actually suffer, and only good thing happen on the rich people, because after they pay more tax, and
Mm.
then they'll get the benefit you mentioned.
Mm.
Yeah, something like the protection from the
Yeah.
autonomous car,
Yeah.
and then they get the protection, they pay the tax. Yeah, of
Mm.
course they pay the tax, but they also get more opportunity. Yeah, because they are rich people, they have the influence, so they can like ask government to give them like the proper opportunity, so
Mm.
they become more rich. Yeah, they become richer, and then they yeah, of course they pay more tax, and then they become richer.
Mm.
Yeah, and then they also can have the influence on like the government agent, and also like the central bank. Hmm. Then they can access the like the bank loan. They can access the money.
Yeah.
So they have the capital to grow their to grow their money to even bigger snowball. Yeah, and
Mm.
then they also will pay more tax. Mm. But it is something like uh to them is something like the perpetual motion machine. Yeah,
Mm.
perpetual motion machine. So
Yeah.
because uh there is no something like the side effect to them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So I think isn't that is uh already a problem that existed
Yeah.
even if we don't talk about the trolley problem today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that uh the choice of the uh uh design in this autonomous vehicle will be able to solve that problem.
What do you mean?
Uh, yeah, just now, if we put the indicator to the way that I mentioned, that like the tax
Mm,
or the
mm,
contribution, and
yeah.
then yeah, that will be indifferent. I think even with this or without this, the same problem will be there, and I also
No.
wouldn't expect that this the choice can affect the can make a change of this.
Yeah. Because you are the designer, you kind of design a system to make the world better. Yeah.
Mm,
So what I what I want to ask is whether you use this indicator like the tax payment,
mm,
whether this indicator is really good for the world. Yeah, because it's something like it's good for rich people. Yeah, it is
mm,
good for rich people. Because they pay more tax, and then they gain more opportunity. Yeah, and And then just now you say you don't want to use like the net worth. Yeah, you don't want to use the net worth as an indicator because rich people does not maybe some rich people will contribute to the society, but not all rich people contribute to the society.
Yeah.
So you don't want to use the net worth to judge them. And this is actually sacrifice the interest of poor people. Yeah. So you change the indicator from like the money from net worth to the tax payment.
Yeah.
But is it change really really achieve the thing you want to achieve? It may also have the same it may also have the same like the impact if you use the money, the net worth as an indicator. Because it also sacrifice the interest of poor people, and rich people, of course, they pay more tax.
Yeah.
And then when they pay more tax, they also have more influence. They can influence the government, the central bank, to give them the facility to earn more money so that they can pay more tax. Yeah. Yeah. So is this really good? And if this is good, why? If this is not good, why?
Okay, I think even though the rich may find ways to benefit himself more, but nevertheless they still pay the tax. So the tax is something that a contribution to the society.
Yeah,
If
but
if not then the tax will not be generated at all, and the poor get nothing.
yeah. So the tax payment. So here is the premise, which is the tax payment really can help poor people to make their life become better, right?
Yeah, and then for here is something like depends on the government whether they are doing good, right?
Yeah.
Because the money goes to the government, and how are they going to spend that money?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's another question, which is the question I don't want to discuss in this conversation.
Oh, okay.
But I would like to mention it, which is the question is whether the tax payment really help poor people.
Yeah.
So this is your indicator. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, there's no wrong or there's no right, and but it's logical. Yeah, it's logical. So by designing the system like this, yeah, in some circumstances it can really make the world better. Yeah. And for my consideration, actually, I will look at like the age first.
Oh.
The age, and also like whether you are the citizen in this country. Yeah. So maybe you are in Malaysia, and Malaysia will apply the set of rules which is benefit the citizen more. Yeah. So if you are the foreigner, then you enjoy lesser benefits. Yeah. And it makes sense because many countries also applying this kind of strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, you come Singapore to work, or you go any country to work, you may get the work pass.
Yeah.
And you can decide whether to become the permanent resident.
Yeah.
To
PR.
enjoy to enjoy more benefits. And then at the end, you also can decide whether want to convert whether want to apply the citizen or want to change your citizen, and then to enjoy more benefits from the country, and then to like abandon the citizen status of your current country of your current country. Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, country will protect their citizen first, the people in the country first. Yeah. And then the next is like the age. Yeah. And like the insurance, they also use the age to as an indicator. Yeah. And in this case, I think it also can be applied because when you are young and you have more energy, you have more potential to
Yeah.
contribute to the world. And if you are old, yeah, and it doesn't mean that you cannot have greater contribution, but maybe this is the time to let the young people uh, have the chance to contribute to the world, and
Yeah.
maybe you can enjoy your life like that. Yeah. So to me, yeah, the first is like a citizen, and then the second, this is something like the status. Yeah. Your how to say your identity status, something like that. And then the second in the age. Yeah. So the yeah, because to me, the money, the tax payments, uh, could be one of the way to as an indicator. Yeah, it also could be one of the possibility.
Yeah.
But I think maybe by applying this, it may not really okay. In my opinion, it may make the world better. Okay, but maybe the improvement is not that great because in our current system and right now, rich people also enjoy a lot of benefit. Yeah, in some circumstances, they can use their money. They can use their money to avoid a lot of risk, and also maybe uh, they got an accident. They also have higher chance to survive because they have money. Yeah, they can
Yeah.
access the most expensive uh, uh,
Medical.
medical facility. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that it is something like you protect them or not protect them, they more or less already the uh, have the way to live longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need to give them a further protection. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. In terms of tax payment, and also in terms like if this is in a good country, and then the government keep propose the policy which is good for the poor people, and then by using this indicator is actually is good. Yeah, it's good. But what I'm looking is whether it can have a better improvement. I mean a greater improvement. Yeah. Yeah. We can apply this, but is there any other way? Yeah, is there any other way which is better than this? Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So it's just no longer look at the individual contribution to the world, and also to the society, to the country, and you look at the thing from an upper level, yeah, from a higher level, yeah. This is something like the game theory, yeah. You take the game theory into consideration.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So do you really understand what I'm trying to
Okay.
what's my point?
Okay. Are you referring that um we are looking for a better choice than all of the things that I mentioned just now?
Okay. Actually talking about the indicator, and I didn't uh, and I didn't say my my indicator. Yeah, the indicator proposed by me is actually better than you. And also, I also didn't mention that this is actually good for society or good for the world, and
Mm.
maybe it have some like uh the blind point, or the blind spot. Yeah, that I haven't taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm trying uh what I what I want to share you is the idea. Yeah, the idea to think to think the case. So it's something like the concept. Is a way of thinking. Yeah, you look at the thing, you look at the same thing from a higher level. Yeah.
Mm.
For example, at uh at the first layer, we know everyone is selfish. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
so this is the ground. This is the ground, and then you protect yourself, you protect your family, you protect your friend, the people recognize. And then what is the second?
Mm.
The second is actually you look at like the contribution. Yeah. So you will uh, definitely will think the people who pay more tax will contribute the country, contribute to the world
Yeah.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it allow the government have more budget to spend on the uh, good policy.
Mm.
Mm. So we can make the world better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the second layer. Maybe we can have the third layer, which is, yeah, you even though you don't help this kind of people who have the high individual contribution, they also have their way to increase their survival chance.
Mm.
Their survival chance.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need to help them; they will help themselves. Yeah.
Mm.
So you kind of shift your mindset to, yeah, since they can help themselves, and yeah, if they can help themselves, so that means uh I make something more favorable to them. It actually didn't make any greater improvement. Okay. And then
Okay. Mm.
I kind of help those persons currently don't have the ability to protect themselves. Okay,
Mm.
but they may have potential to contribute the world, the country, uh 5 years later, 10 years later, or 20 years later. So we
Mm.
look at like citizen, we look at like the age. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that I'm trying to say. Mm.
Mm.
So this is like it's actually involved the game theory. So it's something like the 2D move, the two-dimensional move, and then you move to a three-dimensional move, and then you look at the 4D. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. You look more and more, and you kind of use your logic, use your judgment to predict the next step and the next step. Yeah, the next 4 step, the next 5 step, like this.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, so do you have anything want to add in?
Um, yeah, just a little bit more. So I think, yeah, maybe all of the, because the indicator is not fixed to one, right? So we can have something like a point system,
Yeah.
which we assign different weight to different
Mm.
indicator.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's all for my sharing today.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversations. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocab or grammar mistake that we make, please also comment to let us know because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.